Hi everyone, so Smile the Red Club just had a massive drop. So what were the reasons? Well, NBC came out with a report that says, the aligners harm the consumers. And how much truth is there towards this? Well, I mean, if they've got people that have been saying, these things do hurt their teeth, then, it's valid. Though with every product, you could go, there's always going to be a certain percent of this product which harms people or isn't fit for the person or isn't maintained properly. Like you could choose any product, like you can look up Tesla and Tesla, when it was in the limelight for the bad reasons, everyone was highlighting the issues of batteries catching on fire, the car not driving right, the quality of the car not building or not in the best like quality. And all that's kind of subsided for Tesla, but it took like a year of flack or a lot more longer than that before Tesla really started getting like the good kind of publicity from it. And smaller rec clubs looking like in a very similar situation. The media's gone after it, focused on all the bad things. There's quite a few senators who happen to be dentists as well, going after Smile Direct Club. So it's kind of like a Tesla type witch hunt right now. Though we don't manage the companies, we don't see the customers, we don't see how things are done. But we can look at the numbers and go 750,000 people have done this at least. And a lot of them have come up with really good reviews. So, it kind of proves things are going, things are good, or else, people wouldn't be signing up to this. Though, the other counter is basically Smile Direct Clubs made everyone sign NDAs. So, like, teeth aligning companies, Smile Direct is using NDAs to stifle bad reviews. So the minute you sign that contract and you go, oh well, I've signed this contract so I can't disclose how good or bad everything was. And that's potentially too, So we can't go, oh, the stock price did so well for this company, it's dropped, and it's all because of NBC. You've destroyed a possibly good company. So, like, at the end of the day, like it's hard to say if these companies are good or bad, because we can't have a bias to say this company is good because it made you money, or we feel like it's done something disruptive and it's good. So far, like from the perspective, it seems like the report by NBC has been very biased, and it is going up. It is looking like a witch hunt. Um, Particularly for like a dental industry, which is quite large. It's kind of like when the car industry um, got upset with Tesla, and then it became a witch hunt on the media on their cars because they didn't like the whole transition to electric. And it's maybe the same thing's happening with Smile the Red Club, where people are hitting against them, or the fact that they could be doing something bad, or the fact that if you have a very large operation that Smile the Rec Club has, there could be a whole situation that it's just a quality issue that things have not been managed very well, and the company really has to look at itself and go, how have we let things, have we let the quality of things fall through? Because like there were videos of like people going into Smile Direct Club asking, "Oh, do we need to have a dental checkup?" And then people going, "No, you don't." When they should be having checkups. So like even if there's one video produced, that means there's a quality issue down somewhere in the line. So like that's kind of the issue as well. Is this a situation of people are just very focused on sales, they're focused on just getting the product out the door, or is this a misreporting? I kind of feel like it's a bit of both. Like Smile Direct Club has proven what they do is good, or else they wouldn't get so big. But I think somewhere down the line there's been a few quality issues, people who might be paid on commission, trying to oversell this product, just merely to get more commission. And that's the problem with, the sales industry when you try to sell things. Because remember, Smile Direct Club isn't directly a dental company. It is a company that recommends you to a dentist, and then sells you the product on the prescription basis. So in that kind of sense, they are more of a sales company, but one that did very well for a long time. And that's the thing is what's next for this company? Well, firstly, they have to, um, they've come out with statements to say this is a misrepresentation of us. In this report, no good reviews was put in there. It was all the worst stuff you could find. And if this is the worst stuff you can find, then maybe it's not that bad. But the problem is that senators might want an investigation. So as a stock investor, your main concern probably is how's the stock price going to do in adversity of this, hunt on this company? Well, currently it's dropped 16%. I'd say like things could drop a little further, or it could just be a really good opportunity to start buying. Like for me, I think if you're interested in a company, and things are, if you believe the company has been good in what it's been doing, majority anyway. So like we could probably agree there's a little bit of the quality issues. There's probably someone selling this product, telling people they don't have to go to a dentist, and it gives it a bad name. So that's the thing. We can't just trust the company entirely, because if you trust the company entirely, like this isn't. There's been a lot of companies in the past who have like done awful things. So we can't just go this company is 100% good. They're doing a disruptive product, but the people who manage it, at the end of the day, it's about execution. Like the idea is good, but the execution also has to be good. And the question is, how good is the execution here? And the thing is, there's just like not a lot of good headlines right now. So I think, firstly, if it gets overblown, then there's going to be a demand for like an investigation into all this. And that's the thing, like it's not a good look because you've got like Yahoo doing this. You've got all these like article pieces that have just been like highlighting this. Or like investors are going to be a little, jittery. No one really wants to hold a stock if it's in the limelight. And like something like this, things didn't feel right. Smile Direct customers report problems. I mean, at the end of the day, like even if you have normal braces, it's not going to feel. You're going to have complications. With most, like with a lot of dental procedures that are quite, that make alterations to your teeth or your mouth. They're going to come with complications, and there's always going to be a percentage that's going to go wrong or isn't going to work out perfectly. So that's the thing. We got to decide on a balance of probabilities right now. If this is just like a witch hunt and they're focused on like this a small percentage of all the bad stuff, or is this a company that has done something wrong and it's the issues are highlighting now, or has the quality of this company fallen down the drain over time? Because like you don't get this big without proving that you did something good. So it's a matter of deciding, is this a company that's just being done on a witch hunt in this sense? So that's kind of my view. Like I kind of see this company just I think things can just be turned around over time, but I think right now, firstly, headlines are not in its favor. Shareholders are probably a little jittery. And if there's an investigation into this, I can bet you the stock price is not going to fare well. But it has dropped a bit, so you can always look at that and go, is this a buying opportunity? I think it represents a opportunity to buy. Um, like at the end of the day, like for me, I thought the stock was great because of the products going into the retail stores. If those products didn't come in, I would have been still on the sidelines, because even though they do, they're disruptive around the cost of braces, I think it's still a very, niche type market. And basically, they're going to be a company that performs well on selling more like retail type goods. But we can see how things go. Like, I think if you wanted to take a very cautious approach, I'd just say like wait for a little bit longer to see if there's an investigation into this company. If there's no investigation, that's fine. If there's an investigation, things aren't going to look well, because any company that's under investigation, it just puts a lot of uncertainty into the company and into the stock price. So I'd say like if you're cautious, wait and see. If you're seeing this as like like a witch hunt and things are going to be all right afterwards, well, that you could buy a little bit. Like, I don't think I could recommend buying a lot, or buying the full position that you would buy in a normal position. So that's, yeah, more or less what I'm thinking around this company. But let me know what your thoughts are. Like, have you ever used this company before? And if you have, what was your experience, or what's your perception of the current like events? Do you think people are just on a witch hunt, or has this company been doing something wrong? And it'll be interesting to see how things pan out, and hopefully I'll keep you guys updated if more news comes in. Until then, good luck investing, everyone, and I hope you enjoy the quality of the camera. Still testing things out, but hopefully the lighting's a bit better, things are just a little bit more defined. And then hopefully I just work for a few more of the effects and see how things go. Alright, until then, have a nice day, everyone.